It's an exact replica of the Texas monument that was confirmed and upheld by the United States Supreme Court in 2005. In fact, it's not only an exact replica of the markings and how it's configured, it's actually the same South Dakota granite that is used in the Texas monument.
Our objection is to the erection of the Ten Commandments, period, because it is a violation of our right to religious liberty. Religious liberty is one of the things Americans hold most dear. And the way we have as much religious diversity and freedom as we do have in this country is because we don't allow the government to take a position endorsing one religion over another. By erecting a monument to a religion, which is what the Ten Commandments are, it shows that the government is approving of this religion, endorsing this religion over other religions or over no religion at all. And that is the beginning of religious oppression. You can't pretend that you don't have a religious motive in putting them up there. And that is the motive, whatever people say.
The ACLU, frankly, has made their life and made their money all about suing on things that are very important to American people. It's very interesting because you have a 2005 Supreme Court ruling, which is actually pretty fresh for Supreme Court rulings, which upheld the Texas Ten Commandments monument. There are over 180 public places around the country that had these same monuments.
There's a huge difference. To say there's no difference means really not to be paying attention, because the difference is that the one in Texas that the court upheld had been there for decades. And the courts have made a real distinction between historical buildings or places with a religiously divisive monument and a brand new monument, which is what this is, being erected in the 21st century. So to erect a religiously divisive monument in this day and age is really just to thumb your nose at everybody who doesn't belong to a particular religious group and say, you're a second-class citizen. You don't belong here. You're not as equal as the people who adhere to this religious faith.
I think there are more people than Christians that are happy because, frankly, it is the Mosaic Code, which obviously was Hebrew, Jewish. So when you think about the Ten Commandments is not something that's inherently Christian. It actually is inherently from the Old Testament, and so the Ten Commandments is actually, if you want to take it down to its root, is Hebraic. It's the Hebrew code. And so many people, besides just Christian people or Jewish people, are excited about it because, frankly, how did we ever come about the knowledge that stealing was bad? Thou shalt not steal. How did we come up with the concept that adultery is bad? Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill. It's very, very obvious throughout history that the Ten Commandments was one of the first written codes of law ever in the history of the world. And that's what we're doing, is honoring that historical moral foundation of law which developed in American jurisprudence. And this is what we're trying to do by honoring that here in this state.